Hey guys, welcome back to the Dental Wife Life podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I think almost every dental wife has experienced at one point or another. And if you haven't yet, you probably will. So, have you ever walked into your husband's dental office and thought, what exactly is my role supposed to be here? Or maybe your husband's still in dental school and you're wondering, what role am I going to play? Am I the owner's wife? Am I an employee? Am I a leader? Or am I just helping wherever I can? If you've ever felt this way, I promise you're not alone. When my husband bought his practice 5 years ago, I'd already been in dentistry for over 9 years. I was a hygienist, and so I understood dentistry. But despite all of that experience, I was incredibly intimidated to step into any kind of leadership role. To make things even more interesting, the previous dentist wife had been the office manager, but she wasn't willing to train me before the transition. So from day one, I was trying to figure out everything on my own, from revenue cycle management and payroll to HR and office operations. And honestly, I was terrified about becoming the stereotypical dentist wife. You know what I'm talking about. The one who micromanages everything, the one who inserts herself into everybody's business, the one the team resents because she's the boss's wife. And I wanted absolutely nothing to do with that. So instead, I did what I thought was the safer option, and I just stayed in the background. I decorated the office, I processed payroll, I helped wherever I was needed, but I mostly just kind of observed. I was helping. But about 6 months in, I started seeing cracks everywhere. Our systems weren't working. Training was inconsistent. Office drama was popping up everywhere, and collections were slipping. I remember looking at our numbers one day and realizing we were collecting about 70%. And for those of you not familiar with the industry standard, let me just tell you that's really bad. That was the wake up call for me. And I realized something that completely changed the way that I looked at my role. The practice didn't need another employee. It needed leadership. And here's the ironic part, I still didn't know what I was doing. I didn't suddenly wake up confident. I didn't suddenly become an expert. I made plenty of mistakes. Honestly, I still cringe thinking about a few of them. But I realized I didn't need to know everything before I stepped into leadership. I just needed to start. One of my biggest strengths has always been systemization. When I see a problem, my brain naturally works backward from the outcome I want and builds the systems that I need to get there. And that's exactly what I started doing. One of the first things I did was I created leadership structure within the office. My husband focused on being the owner and the doctor. I stepped into the COO role. Then we identified team leads who could truly own different areas in the practice. Instead of every decision coming through us, everyone knew what they were responsible for. We met every single week. We divided the responsibilities. We followed up on our goals. We solved problems together instead of reacting to them. Did everything magically improve overnight? No, absolutely not. Did I know exactly what I was doing? Not even close. But little by little, the systems got better. The team got stronger. Our culture improved. Collections improved. Thank goodness. Training improved. Everything became more consistent because leadership became more consistent. One of the biggest lessons I've learned over the last 5 years is this: leaders don't have all the answers. They build systems and create consistent answers. And here's something I wish someone would have told me back then. I didn't become confident because I was ready to lead. I became confident because I started leading. Confidence came after I took the first step, not before. So here's your action step for this week: sit down with your spouse for about 30 minutes, write down every responsibility it takes to run your practice: payroll, HR, hiring, training, marketing, insurance, scheduling, accounts receivable, vendor management, equipment maintenance, everything. Then write down one person's name beside each responsibility. If nobody owns it, nobody is truly responsible for it. That simple exercise will help you identify the gaps in your leadership team, and it might just help you discover where your own strengths could make the biggest impact. If today's episode resonated with you and you're thinking, okay, I know I want to help, but I don't even know where to start, that's exactly why I created the Dental Wife Crash Course. The Dental Wife Crash Course is the roadmap I wish someone had handed me when we bought our practice. We'll walk through leadership, systems, hiring, KPIs, insurance, office culture, and everything in between so you don't have to learn it the hard way like I did. You can find all the details in the show notes. And until next week, keep building the practice and the life that you actually want.